Hello, and welcome to the first video of True Crime Stories. This crime is about the murder of the Lawson family. Charlie Lawson was married to Fanny Lawson in 1911 and they had 8 children. William, their third child, died in 1914 of a disease. The Lawson family has worked in tobacco cultivation for many years. In 1927, they were able to raise enough money to buy their own farm in Germantown, North Carolina. In 1929, Charlie Lawson took his wife and 7 children before celebrating Christmas to take a memorial photo. And despite the high cost of filming for the working class at that time, he insisted that, maybe it would be the remaining anniversary before the massacre. It was not a generosity from Charlie, who had the intention of committing his gruesome crime on Christmas Eve. In this picture you can see the mother Fanny Lawson, 37 years old on the right, carrying her youngest son Mary Law in her hands, along with the father Charlie Lawson, 17-year-old big girl Mary Rose, 16-year-old son Arthur Lawson, and toddlers Carrie, Mabel, James and Raymond, sitting in the front. On the morning of December 25, 1929, Charlie sent his eldest son Arthur to the city to buy some groceries. Some people thought he sent him, either to save his life or because he considered him a barrier for committing his crime. The eldest daughter Mary Rose woke up to prepare a Christmas cake to celebrate the night, while the little girls Carrie and Mabel went to visit some relatives. When the 2 young girls got out of the house, someone was waiting for them inside the grain store that was attached to the house. He was their father, standing with a weapon in his hand preparing for their murder. Charlie Lawson pointed his weapon at the 2 young girls, killed them immediately, then beat them and severely marginalized their heads. Then he hid the bodies in the store. He didn't care much about them, and he wasn't much affected by what he did, as he refilled his gun with bullets to kill the rest of his family. Charlie found his wife sitting on the balcony of the house. He killed her immediately, went inside the house and found his 3 sons Mary, James and Raymond. They ran to hide quickly from their father, who was standing with the weapon in his hand and signs of evilness and madness on his face as he came closer. They tried to escape while he searched for them around the house, and killed them on sight. And now he was left with only Arthur, his eldest son, and the infant, Mary Law, who was only 4 months old. He found her asleep in her bed. He beat her on the head, causing her a fractured skull, and she was killed on the spot. After they were killed, Charlie put all the bodies in the living room and put their hands on their chests. When his son Arthur returned, he found all his family members dead, and went to ask for help from the neighbors who had gathered around the house. Father Charlie was not at the scene. However, some people heard gunfire sound coming from the woods near the house. The police found his body after he shot himself. They also found some writings with him in which he did not mention why he did so. The police found the 7 bodies inside the house in the same position, with their hands crossed on their chest. No one knows why Charlie killed his family members, and the cause of the massacre remained unclear. However, 2 theories were suggested explaining the reason behind his crime. Explanation 1. In 1990, a book about crime was published, and in the book, the sister of the murderous father Stella Lawson admitted that her mother heard some women in the Lawson family talking at the funeral about what Fanny, Charlie's wife, was telling them about the scandal she had discovered about her husband Charlie, which may possibly be the reason Charlie committed his crime. Explanation 2. Weeks before the massacre, the family decided to repair the farm. While doing the maintenance work, Charlie suffered a severe head injury. This caused a big change in his style, as he became very nervous and very emotional even regarding small things. But the doctor who dissected the bodies examined Charlie's brain and found nothing abnormal except that his brain was slightly smaller than normal. After the funeral of the family members, the house became a shrine attracting hundreds of tourists to watch the crime scene and to see the Christmas cake, which the eldest daughter had prepared to celebrate, and no one could eat anything from it, and was kept under a glass cover as the last remaining of the Christmas Eve. Arthur, who was left alive at that night, was killed in a motorcycle accident in 1945, leaving behind him a wife and 4 children. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked this video, don't forget to hit the like button and leave a comment about why do you think Charlie Lawson committed his crime. Don't forget also to subscribe to our channel for more mysteries and crime stories.